Programming languages are two types. Two approaches are we have. One is called procedural oriented approach. Second one is programming approaches are two types. One is procedural oriented approach. Second one is object oriented approach. In procedural oriented approach, program is a in procedural oriented approach. Your programmer solution is a collection of methods in this approach. For example, if whenever you are writing a program by using procedural oriented approach, your program, let's say it is a program which you are writing by using procedural oriented approach. Then the program is a collection of methods. Method is nothing but a behavior which will contain some logic to define the behavior. Let us assume here you have written some logic, first method, and you have written another method called M2. And here you have written some other logic, and here you will have a special method called main. Main is nothing but program execution starts by main, program execution controlling by main, and program execution stop by main. You can observe total, this is your program block. In that you have first method and second method, and it is called a special method. Why it is called a special method? Because when you run this program, first the program execution starts by main, like main door for your house, like that. Entry, exit, control from this method. So starts from main. That's why whenever you want to invoke any method, you have to invoke from the main. Here I am calling M1, here I am calling M2. Then how this program will execute exactly? Whenever you run the program, first control will execute main, and it will come to main method. It will start from opening brace, then it will invoke M1. Here control will go to M1 and will execute M1 and will come back. Then after this control will execute M2. Here control will go to M2 and will execute, and it will come back. Once it is encountered the closing brace of the main method, then it will understand the program execution is completed. So whenever you have written a program by using this approach, that programming language is called as procedural oriented approach. That is following procedural oriented approach. That programming language is called procedural oriented programming languages. Have you seen anywhere this programming language, this approach in any language, guys?
C program.
Yes. C is following this approach. Due to that reason, you can say C language is a procedural oriented programming language. Into the industry, first this approach came. Due to the some limitations, and second approach came. That second approach is nothing but object oriented approach.